quick. Do you see it now?
Yes, live. Excellent connection.
There we are. Boy, what an ordeal. If you didn't see what happened in the past 15, 20 minutes, man, you missed out, people. Ay. Huge crash and a freeze. I'm blaming OBS. I just updated it, and apparently I needed to swap back to Twitch and then swap back to YouTube, apparently, for it to get YouTube to realize, oh, hey, there's the feed and everything. So, super sorry about that.
You have to make a technical difficulty graphic for next week.
Yeah, apparently, my god. So since I didn't say this before, and this, I just want to get done with this freaking pay-per-view already. Whatever reason, there's some sort of issue with OBS, and whenever I try to apply the pink stuff in Photoshop, it hard freezes the computer, and I can't do anything about it except just, manually power it down and restart it that way. So I already went through and marked everything completed here. So this would technically be the 4th attempt, but anyway. We were on the main event here.
Again?
No, you don't have to do the... No, we're done with the women's match. We're done with that.
What did we get up to then?
Just get to the main event. And then we'll move on.
Alright. I don't know how much we've lost, but main event, tag match, we got Owens and Zayn. Zayn gets a great reaction from Saudi fans. It was much the match that you'd expect here. They wrestled around a while, they traded some big moves, some finishers. Owens goes for a powerbomb through the announce table on Reigns. Gets stopped by the Usos. Usos attack Sami Zayn. They accidentally hit Solo. Reigns gets all pissy and gets in their faces. Jimmy Uso hits 2 super kicks on Reigns.
Whoa. 2?
I don't really get why.
Because one's not good enough.
And Owens and Zayn retain. They beat Solo. So Usos came out, apparently to help the Bloodline, and end up costing them.
Crazy.
There you go.
The Bloodline's imploding.
Bloodline appears to be imploding. Prediction-wise, that's a point for me and a point for Will. Smoot and Beans thought Bloodline, and it probably would have been had it not been for those pesky, meddling Usos.
All right, now here's the part I'm afraid of, is adjusting the points.
Oh yeah, you've got... All right, well, let's get straight into that then, and see if it works. The end of that pay-per-view, that was 7 matches to predict. In joint third is Smoot Beans, partially because of that main event. Will then in second on 5 out of 7. I managed a 6 out of 7. Overall, that leaves Smoot in 4th. Sorry, Smoot. 9 out of 14, though. That's not too bad.
Whatever. At this point, whatever.
It's early. It's early. And then joint second, Beans and Will on 11 out of 14. And I'm just ahead on 12 out of 14. It's not bad. 1 point dropped on each pay-per-view.
Hold on.
So...
Do I dare... God.
You've done it?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to apply the styles here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
Our points are glowing.
That's okay, that's 3. One more.
Oh.
One more. Okay, we're good.
Hey!
Hey!
Let me save it. Okay. Done with that. Yeah, it's fine.
We're not frozen.
We're not frozen. We're fine.
Any notes on that main event?
Interesting that they would do the implosion there at Saudi Arabia, I guess to give it like a big show feel instead of at like WrestleMania. But
Yeah.
again, gotta give the Saudis what they want, I suppose.
Indeed. Should we do the fallout of this lot and then move on to AEW, or how do you want to do things?
Yeah, I could do.
However you would like.
Let's do the WWE stuff and then move on. I have only seen the SmackDown main event segment where Reigns was presented with a new belt, which I actually have a picture of here if you want to throw that up.
I mean, the
Yeah, this is
Josh
on
Sigler
SmackDown.
Championship.
The new... what are they calling it? It says Undisputed on it.
Yeah, it's still called, from what I've heard, it's still being called the Undisputed Universe Championship.
Why?
It doesn't really work, does it?
No.
Undisputed.
I think that photo that you've got is actually obviously from SmackDown itself.
It is, yeah.
I think it looks a bit weird there because the lighting on it looks a bit too gaudy.
Yeah,
I think
it's just like the same issue with the goatee belt. Like the light color just drowns it out.
it looks a little bit better in this photo I've seen with Roman for some reason sitting on some stairs. I don't know why he's doing that, but he's got it looks a bit more natural lighting. It looks a bit better there. I don't mind. I mean, obviously it's the same design we've had for a few years now, but I don't mind it. I think it's a good evolution of what we already had.
Yeah, they've gone with the same theme, haven't they? The same style.
Yeah.
But I quite like it too. I think it's not too bad, that one.
Yeah.
I
mean, they just kind of swapped the colors instead of the black
Yeah.
background and the gold everything else. It's the gold background and black everything else. So
yeah,
that's fine.
It's on a black strap, so we don't have that weird red strap anymore. That's nice. There's no weird background to it. It's gold on black leather.
Yeah, it looks great in
that's
shots like this, but when it's in an arena setting like this, it looks awful.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
So
It's very shiny.
yeah, that's the problem.
It's a shiny ass belt.
There's some renders of it on the shop as well. It looks a bit better there as well. I suppose you could say it's the big gold belt.
Well, the other one is that big gold belt.
The big gold.
Two big gold belts.
Yeah, big gold goatee.
My problem is how do you call one of them undisputed now?
Well, yeah.
It was undisputed because he won both belts, and now there's a second belt, so it's now disputed again. This company has always had a problem with words.
I mean, if you look at it at a bigger picture kind of view, the whole title situation is ridiculous right now because you've got the Undisputed Champions, as you say, and then the World Heavyweight Champion. You've got the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown. SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw. You've got the Undisputed Tag Titles still in place.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing right now. You'd assume there's a plan for all this, but you know. I mean, the obvious one you'd think with the women's belt, surely that's staring at them in the face, just swap them.
We've been talking about that one every week. When are they going to just have that backstage segment where they swap them over?
Although
Yeah,
I did see
seriously.
a tweet. I don't know if you've seen the oh god, what's his name? One of these Twitter accounts that has all these scoops every now and then.
Sean Rossett? He has some scoops.
No, not him.
Who else has scoops?
Let me
Is
see.
it Pro
what
Wrestling exclusive?
If only. Boozer Wrestling. Have you seen that one?
No.
He doesn't. It's a locked account, but he opened it up over Backlash weekend. And I managed to get on. Some of the things I've seen, he's been pretty spot on with most of the stuff already, so I think it is pretty credible. He's basically mentioned that there are other belts ready to go. I didn't mention exactly what they were, but he said there's a women's belt similar to the new Undisputed belt.
Huh.
Ah.
So maybe they're going to combine them at some point. Maybe that's why they haven't done that yet.
combine the women's belt. Now,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to do that now. They've split the men's belts again.
Well, exactly. But I did. That's what I've read.
Huh. Well, something's going on.
Huh?
Anyway, they gave Roman the new belt, and then the Usos showed up and confronted him. They argued a little bit, tried to convince Solo to join them, and then got into a little shoving match. And they tried to calm things down, reunite, and in the end, Solo turned on his bros. He is still with Roman Reigns, and it looks like the Usos are out.
Mm.
So,
Are they still going to be called the Bloodline, or?
I guess.
Huh.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's only two of them in it. There's only Reigns and Solo left.
Wow.
But he's still the head of the table. You know, all of the other family, all the other bloodlines, like Manu, Alpha and Seeker, they're still in the bloodline.
That's true. There's also that.
What about Rikishi? Where does his alliances lie?
Yeah.
That's the big question here. That's what we need answered.
I mean, there's also that other guy that we keep mentioning that keeps threatening to turn up and then doesn't.
Luther Reigns, yeah.
Him, yeah. Who's the Reign? Where the hell did you pull that one from?
2004.
Yeah. I completely forgot about him.
Imagine if they put him back. They've got to do that for
The
one.
long lost Reigns brother.
Even for
Yeah.
one-off little comedy segment. It's the long lost Reigns brother. I've just noticed something that someone's put a tweet up of we basically had that belt, same design, revealed 4 times in 10 years.
It's what the world title design.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
That's
guess we
it.
have.
there it is. No, you can throw that up for me just to look at it. I mean, the Rock one's slightly different, but I suppose it was similar.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Someone pointed out as well, they even used the same table that the Rock used last night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's still got the scratch logo. That changed not long after.
Mm.
And Brock Lesnar.
Did the Rock's one a champion in big letters on as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
But then they got rid of that.
I thought that looked cool because that looked the best.
That was quite good. I liked that.
Yeah.
That was a
Punk
good.
did too. He threw his belt down and said, "I want that one."
He did.
And the Universal
I
Champion.
wonder if Steph can smile more naturally now, or if she's still got that like snarling thing going on.
Do you remember the
That
reaction
second
to
picture.
the Universal title when that first got revealed? That was horrible. No one liked that.
No. No, it looked weird. So what else happened on on WWE's?
I'm trying to think. Let's go back. Shall we? Let's have a look. Where are we? Let's go back to Raw, shall we?
Sure.
So yeah, we had AJ Styles appearing on Raw because brand split means nothing already. He apparently turned up to congratulate Seth, and they ended up having a tag match later on. Because why not? Becky, and Trish. They continued their little thing. It was quite fun actually. They were wearing the same gear that they had on at Night of Champions. Except Trish had hers open up, if you know what I mean.
Hey-o.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know what you mean. I'm going to need to see this.
Yeah, you do.
I've got no idea.
She had the puppies on show.
I can't imagine it. I'm going to need some kind of visual assistance.
You need that. Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah.
There's actually not many photos on the site. Actually, there's a video. You can probably click that. Yeah, they but wearing exactly the same gear, which made me think they hadn't been changed since they flew back from Saudi Arabia.
How long do they have? They were
I'm sure.
there on
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon, I guess, and
Yeah,
they're back by Monday evening.
Isn't it a 14-hour flight? I think.
Fairly
I
long
heard someone
flight,
say.
yeah. Guess
I'm
they
sure
don't
they'd have
stop at
been
home.
changed though.
This is what you're talking about right here?
Yeah.
Alright, hey, mute. I've had enough. Look, I've had enough fucking computer issues for one lifetime, alright? I don't need any more. Holy moly. Yeah, so that's the Kill Bill outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You going too quick to see Trish's open chest.
Why I gotta put it like that? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so she just put the zipper down. That's all.
Kinda.
Hold on. Here, see?
That's what I mean. It's the same gear. You just have to zip down.
Hold on. Yeah, see? Ta-da.
Kinda.
There you go.
Kinda. She's trying. She's
Yeah.
trying. Give the people what they want.
So that carried on.
She's wrestling in very high heels there. That can't be good.
Yeah, that's also true.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, right, actually, yeah, that must be quite hard.
And there's Zoe Stark. What's her story? She just a big Trish fan or what?
Yeah, she did explain it, but I can't remember what she said. Something about she could have gone on her own, but she wouldn't have got anywhere, so she'd aligned herself with one of the biggest stars in WWE or something. Something like
Yeah,
that.
fair enough.
So after that we had... Oh, before that, sorry, we missed out. Ricochet had a match with The Miz for a Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Did
Which
Ricochet win?
has won, yes.
Good,
So
good.
Ricochet's the first one in it.
Speaking of Ricochet, didn't the other guy, Braun Strowman, didn't he have a big surgery recently?
Yes, she had fusion surgery. Neck
Yeah.
fusion. So yeah,
That's pretty serious.
yeah.
Neck fusion?
Didn't
you
know
said?
what... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
I think it was yesterday or the day before, but very recently. Then we had a little promo between Imperium and Kevin and Sammy,
Oh, see, that's where they
which was quite funny because Kevin was just taking the piss out of Imperium for the whole segment. He said at one point, "We always hear from you, the guy who speaks weird." Speaking to Kaiser, and he pointed at I always forget his name, the bald guy. That's actually what he called him, the bald guy.
Giovanni Vinci.
Giovanni, yeah. Because we never hear from you. We never hear from the bald guy. I think he said something about Walter's big ears. Walter Gunter's big ears. Yeah, they had a match. It was quite a decent match, actually. That was Sammy made a bit of a mistake. He called the actual sorry, no, I'm getting mixed up. The match was actually Imperium and Alpha Academy. But Sammy introduced him as American Alpha, which is a bit of a throwback. It also looks like that Maxine is now with Alpha Academy officially. She was wearing a shoe shirt.
What?
So,
She's just dumped the models?
yeah, looks that way. First,
Would've been nice to have
LA
seen
Knight
some
did it,
kind of-
and now she's done it. What happened next? Oh, that's right. Ronda. This shows you how much this was a big thing. Ronda Rousey and.
Website still exists, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Ronda and Shayna beat There was a fatal photo actually for the vacant women's tag titles, so they are now the new women's tag champions. Yeah, don't remember much about that match. To be honest with you, it happened.
Well, their last tweet was back in 2022. Look at this.
How about replies and?
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing they didn't reply to anyone.
Nope.
Nope. Still that.
Likes nothing. Bupkis.
They made a website. I know it's not much of a website, but there was some effort put in there.
Yeah.
And the storyline was clearly never going to go anywhere. Like they didn't have the interest for it.
Yeah.
No,
And yet they actually made a website.
Yeah.
I don't know.
JD McDonough.
He's on the main roster now?
He is. He's on Raw now.
Oh.
He had a match with Ziggler, and then it was ended up in a count out because he just battered Ziggler and threw him into the steps and just kept on beating him up until the count out.
So JD McDonough and Finn Balor are on the same show.
Yes. There was a little bit actually the other week. That's the second time he's attacked Ziggler.
Yeah.
And last week, on his way out, he was one of the, I think it was Charlie Caruso. She's not there anymore, is he? Kathy Kelly.
That's it. Yeah.
She interviewed her, him as he's walking out, asking him why he attacked Ziggler, and he said something. As he walks off, the camera pans back, and you can just see standing on the balcony, Finn Balor's watching over him. So they have teased that maybe he could be joining the Judgment Day. So maybe that's gonna happen.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll never forget being at an NXT event a few years ago in Blackpool, and for a good 10 minutes, everyone was getting you just to shift Finn Balor at him. He's from the same place, well. He's from exactly the same place, isn't he? Bray, County Wicklow. Next, Cody challenged Lesnar again, because you know that's not over.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly. Why?
Wait for his time. Could anymore.
The only clever bit I liked was he said something about wherever I am, I'm gonna be ready for you, and he listed a few names of where they're doing the live events in some of the UK as well. So I thought that was kind of clever. Next we had Nakamura and Bronson Reed in a qualifying match. Nakamura won.
Cool.
So now we've got Ricochet and Nakamura so far. And then the main event was Seth Rollins and Styles against Balor and Priest, which is fairly non-eventful. That was the thing that happened. Back to SmackDown, we cover the main event, but back to the rest of SmackDown when it shows up for me. There we go. So we've had some more qualifying matches as well. Actually, first of all, Austin Theory. It was a 6-man Theory and Pretty Deadly against the Brawling Brutes. It was a pretty good match actually. Austin Theory, the only American in this match. Yeah, it was pretty decent. The OC and had a match with Hit Row, which I don't know why they're still even there, to be honest with you. I never liked them in NXT, but apparently people did. But the other thing that is quite funny is when every time they do show up, Michael Cole hates Top Dollar.
Wow, really?
Because of that dive that he did a while back. Never forgiven.
Yeah, he's never forgiven for that, but I think he just generally just doesn't like the man. He just has to go with him for everything. He did some rap on him, and then Cole tried to do a rap himself, and it was crap. But yeah, he just generally doesn't like him, I don't think. Then we had the first women's Money in the Bank qualifier. It was Zelina against Lacey Evans. He's been found again. Zelina won, thankfully. Then we had another men's qualifier, LA Knight versus Montez Ford. LA Knight
Yeah,
won.
this was a surprise.
Do you think so? I think LA Knight's gonna win the Money in the Bank too. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. He seems to have some kind of a fan support thing going on right now. He seems to be the meme of the week. But it's Montez Ford. This could have been the time to give him that big push that we've been talking about for about a year now.
He did seem to be pretty high on, didn't he? But now,
yeah, and LA Knight is
lately.
like a bit of a jabroni. So it seemed like it was being set up for Montez to win, but no, they went the other way with it.
Apparently, someone last week's SmackDown, LA Knight got a hell of a reaction. But when you watch it back, it was piped over with boos.
Oh.
So, and then someone did say, I mean, it's a good point. You know, they're trying to keep him healed. They don't really want people cheering him. So,
well, maybe they should just roll with it. 'Cause that's what people want.
He got a good reaction in Saudi Arabia as well.
Yeah.
So, he definitely. I see what he did there.
Yeah.
And I've just noticed that's not it, surely.
Yeah, on the page here, yeah,
But,
that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4 things.
Well, and then the
sidebar
Bloodline segment.
Was that it?
The sidebar.
I haven't actually seen all this SmackDown, but that's it, surely. Surely not.
Yeah, there's the new undisputed Universal title from Triple H. Bianca Belair brawls with Asuka on the Grayson Waller effect.
There was a little video of the NXT Women's Champions. Something about the Blood Red Moon.
Oh, right, yeah, I did see that actually, yeah.
I don't know if they're getting called up or what.
Yeah, they were drafted, weren't they?
They're keeping the belts, the NXT belts. As they
I think so, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Up to now, anyway.
They're on their way. Okay, I guess.
I know we don't normally cover NXT, but I think it's worth mentioning actually, because there was a bit of development over there during the show this week. Baron Corbin showed up and attacked Carmelo Hayes.
Huh.
And I don't know, I didn't see it, so I don't actually know what he did, but I'd also seen, let me go into the results on this, if that's kind of fun. We talked about him before, so did Mustafa Ali, he showed up as well. I'm trying to see what he actually did though. It just says Mustafa Ali makes a shocking appearance at NXT. Doesn't say what he did. There we go. He turned up during the tag match. Strange.
Was this the... Hold on, what is this? Oh, that's the...
I've seen someone mention the two lads from Liverpool. Like, I don't know what they're called these days. Yeah.
Two lads from Liverpool.
The Schism.
Schism, that's it. They were quite open about asking for the release, weren't they? And they've been denied it.
Yeah.
And they've said that they're leaving in October or something like that.
To do mocap for the next game.
I've seen someone on Twitter the last 2 weeks. Apparently, they've had some really good matches on NXT. So
maybe something's changed.
Maybe so. Yeah, they're not as if. I mean, you'd kind of, you know, you've asked for your release and you get denied and you're stuck there for a few months. You'd think you might be a bit less likely to do a good job, wouldn't you? I know I would if I was doing the job. But no, apparently they've been really good. So yeah, as you say, maybe something changed. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting because you got two main roster guys going back to NXT. It seems that way anyway. Maybe they found something for Corbin to do at last.
Yeah. Apparently, the schism also includes The Rock's daughter.
It does. And apparently, I've seen she's having her first TV match next week, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they're calling her Ava. Just Ava.
Yeah, she was Ava Rain.
Ava Rain, yeah. Which I guess they thought was too close to Roman Reigns or something.
Yeah.
But couldn't you do something with, like, to make it kind of a Ava Johnson?
Yeah.
Or something. Give us something.
Ava
Apparently,
the Pebble.
a
Ava
few
the
people
Pebble.
said that.
Ava Stones.
When she first revealed on NXT, I think a few people said that, why didn't she got some sort of affiliation to her dad? And
Yeah.
I think she said herself she doesn't want it. She doesn't want to be associated. She wants to basically do her own thing.
Just Ava, though.
So,
Good luck.
it's the same with what's Thingy's son, Regal's son, what's his name, Charlie Matthews or something.
Yeah,
John
something like
Dempsey.
that. Dempsey.
That's his real name, Matthews, isn't it?
Matthews.
Yeah, he was saying he said he didn't want to be after any Regal or Matthews. He wanted it to be his own thing. He didn't want to. I suppose it must be a bit of a.
Seems stupid to me. Use what you can.
Actually, I know what you mean. I think there's two ways looking at it. There's that way, and there's also you can be could be a bit of a hindrance, couldn't it? People comparing you to your dad all the time.
That was a problem for Randy Orton for a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes is loving it. He can't shut up about his dad. I don't know. It's. I think you can use the name so that people go, oh yeah, okay, so you're that. Like, I get the relation.
Yeah.
Without then just like doing the whole gimmick. Like the Usos are great with it. In fact, they don't use as much as they could. They could do a lot more to say, hey, remember Rikishi? But like they don't use his moves constantly. They don't do the dance. They don't wear the like big thong thing, and
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd use it if my
It's
my
the
dad
same
was
with,
famous. I'd be all over that.
I mean, it's slightly different, I suppose, because different relationships. But the big guy in NXT, what's his name? Braun Breaker.
Ron Breaker.
They don't mention who his dad is, but they did initially.
They kind of do a little bit here and there, don't they? They
Yeah.
definitely hint towards it.
Yeah, but they said they don't make a big deal of it. So
Which is fine. He could be called Rex Steiner, and it would be fine. You don't have to have him do promos about maths and stuff. You can just you can do exactly what he's doing now, but give him a name that people would recognize, and it would be fine.
yeah, sure.
But no, they don't want to do that for some reason.
Like I say, I think if you're the person, I think it could be. You can see both sides of it. If I was just starting out kind of thing, I don't think I'd want to be compared with me famous dad all the time.
I just see so many like generic guys on that NXT roster.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that they're bad, but like it's just a guy's name and then another guy's name.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who Joe Gacy is, or who else have we got on here? We've got Noam Dar, Wesley, Tyler Bate, Joe Gacy, Nathan Frazier. Just guys' names.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, Bron Breakker, Trick Williams. Like, nothing against the guys, but if there was someone on there called, I don't know, if Joe Gacy was called Joe Warrior, he's probably the Warrior's kid.
True, yeah.
That would mean something. Gnome Savage. Oh, cool. All right. I see where this is going.
Gnome Hogan.
Randy Savage. Yeah. Kira Hogan is not anything right.
Yeah.
She's done it the wrong way. She's associated herself with someone that you probably don't want to associate yourself with. It doesn't help to be called Hogan these days.
I mean, you mentioned Wes Lee from NXT. And he's part of
one of many Lees.
The Lee family. Wes Lee,
Yeah.
Dragon Lee, Keith Lee,
Yeah, bro.
AJ Lee.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lees. Brody Lee.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, when Cody says that wrestlers only got one royal family? No.
There's more than one royal family. I think the Lees are probably more significant than the Rhodeses at this point.
Probably. Yeah.
Dusty's a big deal, and Cody's getting there. But there's three. There's three Rhodeses.
There's
How many Lees? So many Lees.
Fully enough, when I was watching, we're going to get to Double or Nothing now. We were watching that last week. At the same time, the NXT show was on, Battleground was on at the same time. And I could get this right now because I'm probably going to get it wrong. Keith Lee was in the ring at the same time as Wesley in NXT.
Oh man!
I thought that was
Wow.
a big night for the Lee family.
It was.
And then Dragon Lee had a match later on. So
If you were Big Daddy Lee, which one would you be watching at that point?
I'd be dual screening. Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to have them both on the stream. Watch both of your kids.
Speaking of Keith Lee, we want to get into this.
Dragon Lee match too.
Yeah. Speaking of Keith Lee, I mentioned this when the show was on. I haven't watched regular AEW for a little while, and he seems to have aged about 30 years since the last seen him.
Yeah. He just showed up one week and he had white hair.
Yeah.
He just one week he was like, "Yeah, that's Keith Lee, that's normal," and then next week it was his dad.
It's true. He would look better if you just shaved it. Just go bald. It's fine. The white hair, bald with a grey beard. That's cool. You actually look pretty cool with that. But the kind of receding white hair is not a great look for him. All right, let's get into that. Money in the Bank. Okay, so we've got some Money in the Banks before we move on. Money in the Bank. Ladder matches: Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, or Mustafa Ali. Okay. Right.
That must be on Raw.
Santos Escobar or Mustafa Ali, Butch or Baron Corbin, Matt Riddle or TBA.
That's interesting. So Baron Corbin's still main roster at the same time, is he?
Potentially. Maybe. Depends. Him or Butch. Zelina Vega, Natalia or Zoe Stark. So that's probably Zoe Stark. Becky Lynch or Sonya Deville. I assume that's Becky. Michin, Mia Yim or Bailey. And Shotzi or Io Sky. And there's one more TBD. That's not as announced as I thought it was, but there you go.
It's shaping to be a good one at the minute, though. So I like the they got an intro for.
Yeah.
Plus, it's live from London. So, you know.
Live from London.
What are they going to do for the main event? Are we going to have Reigns defending the belt against like an Uso again? Let's go right back to the start of his title reign.
It's gone full circle, isn't it?
Yeah. And no one believes that they're going to win.
No. Well, I think that's it now, though. You've got to a stage in the story where no one ever believes anyone's going to be Roman. So,
Yeah, but the Usos, they're a tag team. They're still a tag team. I think this whole Bloodline storyline has raised them up from when they were getting their title matches. Really, no one believed it. Now they're actually bigger than they were then, but I think still, you got to give the belt to an Uso.
Hold on.
I can wear Tom Phillips.
There it is.
There it is.
I have to figure out where it was there. Sorry.
They've got someone. Have you seen the trailer for this year's one? They've done it like a Bond film. It's quite good actually, but the woman at the end says it's live from London, but every time she says it, I can't not hear that. I forgot what you were saying. Now you distracted me with.
Who could possibly beat Reigns
Oh, right, yeah.
in London? Do you? Who is there? Is there any English or British or even Irish challengers that you could use that will get?
I mean, the obvious one. I don't really think they're gonna do it. She's already done it once. The obvious one would be McIntyre again, wouldn't it?
Where is McIntyre? Is he injured or is he taking time
No one
off?
seems to know.
The contract limbo still.
Well, apparently that's not up till August, so he could still be around, but he's just not. So,
Well, the pay-per-view's in, was it next month, July?
yeah. Well,
You have to re-sign.
4 weeks, I think it is. Yeah.
Social media is still blacked out.
And that last tweet, that pinned tweet, it's a very kind of goodbye. There was a waving there, yeah.
Did see a story actually. I didn't read it, but I seen a headline. Let me see if I can find it. There's an update on McIntyre.
McIntyre, do Sheamus, get Wade
Sheamus.
Barrett back for one last match.
There we go. Update on McIntyre. Mid ongoing. It's probably a non-story. This. McIntyre. Okay. McIntyre recently completed the process of becoming an American citizen.
Oh.
Okay. As of this writing, there hasn't been much progression in regards to negotiations on a new contract for the former champion.
Probably not him then.
McIntyre was recently spotted flying out of New York City, but no confirmation as to what he was up to. So could he read anything? These dead seats make it something out of nothing, don't they?
They have to, don't they?
Man gets on plane. Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Who knows where he's going? Could be at the Rumble. All right, let's jump to the other guys.
Yes, that's.
We didn't have a pre-show match announced. Thought it might be the Battle Royal. Turns out it's actually the six-man tag with the Hardys and Hook taking on Ethan Page and the Guns, and unsurprisingly, the Hardys won. So now Matt Hardy has Ethan Page's contract, and I don't really want to know what he's going to do with it.
I actually missed this. I got the time. I thought the show started at 1 AM our time. I didn't know this was on before, so I missed it.
It was a match. They did a couple of spots with Jeff Hardy being Rusty. I've actually got notes for this show.
That's right, because I've seen quite a few people sort of jumping on. I don't mean for messing up, but it turns out it was actually on purpose.
It sounds like it. The commentators were talking about it. He hasn't had a match for almost a year. He then did a Whisper in the Wind, and he actually looked legit the way he slipped.
Yeah.
It's a pretty impressive botch if it was fake. Which probably was, because it seems like that's the story.
I'm sure it wasn't, hard for him to just be like, hey, just act drunk in the ring.
She said I could do one better. I can actually have a couple. Speaking of the Hardys, though, what is going on with that Matt Hardy? He's the DLC, I guess, for the game, right? And he's in the trailer. He's all over the trailer. And this is what they're putting out to make me want to buy this thing. That's scary.
Yeah, I've seen. There's a terrible one of Eddie Kingston. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh God.
I can pull it up. Hold on.
You got it.
That one's from the trailer, and his head looks too big, or his arms look too small, or something. Something's not right with that man.
Yeah. No, that's same with this before. Some of the game looks really good, and other bits are like, maybe not.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's great. That's like a really bad creator wrestler.
It's funny you should say that. If someone put one of oh, what's her name? Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Someone put a shot of her from the proper AEW game, and then a creator wrestler from 2K23. This one was made, and the creator wrestler's better. Like, how is that possible?
It shouldn't be.
Have you seen the Owen Hart render, Chucks?
No, I
Here you
didn't
go.
see that.
That's not bad actually. That looks quite good.
This one, I thought it looks pretty good, but people are saying that this looks like Owen Wilson.
It does look like Owen Wilson.
Now you mention it, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so they have like a season mode where you have to go through like the road to Double or Nothing and whatnot, and it's got like weird in between stuff. Like you have to spend energy to like work out and whatnot, and you replenish your energy by eating at restaurants and things like that. And you can select your diet if it's vegetarian, non-vegetarian. So kind of weird. I mean, it's cool that Owen Hart's in the game, but it's fucking weird. I'll just say that to me. It is
I did
very
see
weird.
someone say it's a good it's a wrestling games with fun again, because I've seen there's a clip of you can get on Darby's skateboard
Yeah.
and skate down the ramp and into the ring and everything. And then I also seen a clip of John Moxley throwing a bomb into the ring.
Jesus.
Which,
Was it a dud, like their actual bomb?
Yeah.
that's it. Should have been. It wasn't though. Should have been.
The Daily's Place dud.
Alright, so we had the Hardys and the contract and etc. We then had the main show, the actual pay-per-view kicked off
Here, I'm
with
gonna try
the
to
Battle
highlight.
Royal.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to highlight.
What are you highlighting?
There we
here?
go. There we go. Just making sure.
There you go. That's the one. 21-man Battle Royal. I don't know, it was Battle Royal. It was fine. It's fine. It's Battle Royal. They're all fine.
Yeah.
Commander, I think, was the highlight early on. He did a rope walk to a dive on the outside, which was unbelievable. I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone can do that, but he does it, and it's phenomenal. Jim Ross then decided to claim that all luchadors are related. Which,
Oh god.
is that okay?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on that. That's a big no from me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like also saying that all Samoans are related. You know, it's like
Wait, that one's actually true. In wrestling, all Samoans are related.
Yeah.
It's Samoa Joe, apparently, but all of the other ones actually are.
I don't know.
G-
It's like
Commander,
it's like one of those things you could say that you could be right, but you shouldn't say it. But in this case, he's wrong, and you shouldn't say it.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was getting at there. All luchadors are related. Commander eliminated. There was booze for that because he was a big favourite, but I blame him for walking on the ropes again.
Yeah.
Kind of asking for it. They then show Swerve waiting on the outside. No one wanted to tell him to get in. No one was
Ultimate
throwing him in.
opportunist.
It's a good strategy if you can get away with it. And then for no good reason, he decides just to get into the ring halfway through the match. He could have waited. I don't know why he didn't. That was his strategy. Why did he give up on it?
Yeah, good question.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Fair enough. Fair enough. By the way, this pay-per-view was not good. I just want to go on record and say that. This pay-per-view was not good. It didn't get cooking until like the last two matches, I feel.
Maybe
It's
right.
not right. Well, Yeah, I see what you mean.
We'll get there. Will, I think your favourite line was coming up here. They asked, why is Big Bill called Big Bill?
Oh, this is great.
Can you tell me why Big Bill is called Big Bill?
Because he's called Bill and he's friggin' big.
True.
I love that. I think he's genius.
JR then says, it's hard to explain just how big Bill is. I can explain it.
You gotta hear how, after the show here, you gotta hear how subdued JR sounds in the video game, by the way. That was another thing.
Oh no, yeah, that's bad.
He's he's on the verge of sleeping. Yeah. He's on the verge of sleeping in the video game, I feel.
He's got sleep apnea, maybe.
Oh, maybe? Yeah, maybe they caught him on an off day, I don't know.
He told us that episode of Dynamite a few weeks ago, remember that? Or Rampage, one of them. They all blame it to one these days.
Probably Rampage. I think it's usually on Rampage.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain how big Bill is because he's 7 feet tall and you can't teach that.
That's right.
Exactly.
See?
That's all he needed to say.
All he needed to say. I guess that's the new version of that catchphrase. It's hard to explain.
I want them to put my name's Bill in them friggin' big on a t-shirt. I'll buy that because they would be accurate as well.
Friggin' big. You could have friggin' Big Bill in the same style as Seth frickin' Rollins.
Should.
Yeah. Big freaking Bill. And stuff happens. Ricky Starks is in there and Keith Lee's in there. And they all get knocked out. Orange Cassidy wins in the end, and he is very tired now. That's the story. He keeps winning, but he's tired.
Orange Cassidy versus Swerve Strickland this Wednesday on Dynamite from Colorado.
I called last week that he might win this Battle Royal and then lose it on Dynamite, which I guess would have been this last week, but forget that. Next week.
Yeah, Swerve would be a hell of a guy to take it off of him. Yeah.
So, Cassidy, that is points for all of us except for Will, who went with Bandito. Just not the worst prediction in the world, but not today. Oh man, how long is this pay-per-view? I really need to pee. Forge your head for now. Next up was Jericho.
Take an ad break.
Do we have an ad? Have we got a sponsor now? We got Harry's Razors or Casper Mattresses or something? Blue Chew?
If only.
If only. Did Steve Austin keep talking about Cialis back in the day?
I think it was on it.
Yeah, it was on it, but he would actually talk about using Cialis. Because he would always use, he would say, occasionally I pop a Cialis. I don't need it.
I think you're right. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should get Blue Chew as a sponsor. Okay, just for fun. Jericho, Adam Cole. This is one that
This was the match that JR's coffee got spilt over and he called somebody stupid over it.
So I heard him shout stupid, but I never really feel
Hey, stupid! That's what he said!
He said, yeah.
I thought someone had spilled coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can play the audio here, but...
Yeah, you can.
You think so?
Oh, if it's just that.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, so here it is. This is from a fan cam. See? Because the desk, very shoddy desk setup, if I say. And then there's the coffee on the ground.
It had a lid on it too.
He needs like a tumbler.
Yeah. match. I got this feeling like I don't
surprisingly boring.
Yeah, I don't need Jericho.
Like, Sabu kind of just fell off the top rope through a table onto.
What the hell was right? So Sabu comes out and he's wearing a suit.
Right.
So that's
Special
weird.
enforcer.
Yeah. He immediately gets into a fight with Chris Jericho.
Right. Bad
He's
blood.
an enforcer and he's fighting with one of the contestants.
Why not?
Well, because that's dumb. He's supposed to be making sure this is a fair fight, or staying out of it and letting the guys...
He's enforcing his enforcement on the match. And he clearly doesn't like Jericho, so he's enforcing the rule on
so,
that.
in which case he was a terrible choice of enforcer.
Fair enough.
If I was Jericho, I wouldn't have signed the contract for this unsanctioned match. Which also makes no sense.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And like you said, he goes through a table, and Aubrey takes over. So,
Has anyone found Sabu yet, by the way?
Yeah, that was the other thing. He did that one spot, disappeared.
Yeah.
Everybody from ringside just disappeared after that entire spot. It made no sense. Spilled JR's... Maybe that's why, like, JR was, like, super pissed that his coffee got spilled, and he just banished it. He just banished everybody at ringside. No, get out. All of you, to the back. Get out of here. Yeah, this was a surprisingly boring match. Considering there was, like, weapons involved, and table spots, and things like that. It was just...
It just went on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And Jericho, I think, has a place. He's been around forever. Everyone knows who he is. He's a legend. He's still very good, considering he's in his 50s now. But I don't really need to see him just doing feuds. I feel like it's not helping anyone, having Jericho in just a feud with Ricky Starks or Adam Cole. He's just there.
Yeah, it's great to see Jericho try to elevate talent. I think that's what he's best at.
Yeah,
I feel.
that's what he's there for.
Yeah, that's what he's there for. I feel like that's what he's best at in the company at this stage of his career. Like him in Action Andretti was kind of nice for what it was for a short period of time, but it was,
Where's he now?
Exactly, he's on Rampage. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. He doesn't need to be in feuds.
He could be in something high profile. Give him a world title match, and it makes sense. It's Chris Jericho. He's the company's legend.
Right.
Even Sting, I guess. But him as like a regular member of the roster, I just think that time could be better spent on someone else. Anyway, a couple of JR quotes for you. When the wives and the girlfriends move in, I'm out.
Bachelor JR is a menace.
Oh yeah.
I mean that in the most respectful way possible, but he is a menace.
He has no time for Britt Baker getting involved, apparently.
Yeah.
He also did his old man thing, criticizing modern wrestling in that kind of thinly veiled way. He said, Jericho recovers quickly. Did you notice that? His way of saying, why is no one selling anything? And then, the end of this match might be the worst thing on the show, I think. There was a chain involved. There was 2 last shots with the chain wrapped around the knee. Cole punches Jericho with the chain. Aubrey Edwards just stops the match. A referee stoppage in an unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
By a referee who wasn't even the actual referee.
Yeah. In a match that you needed to sign a contract for. For it to be unsanctioned.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No. Yeah, that's...
This is like referee stoppage in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That made no sense either. An X-Pac hasn't been invited back. Okay. That seems like a mistake to me. Error in booking. But Adam Cole wins. We all get a point for it. And
I'll be right back really quickly. Keep going. You know what to do.
I was going to say exactly that. I need a beat. God damn it. Alright, one more. Let's move back. Christ, the next one. We go straight from that into the World Tag Team title match, the FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
Good. I actually avoided this one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, as soon as I just said before, the Battleground was on the same time, wasn't it? So I switched over to that. And it was that's for a pretty good match between Dragunov and I can't remember the guy he was fighting. But
Dijak.
that's right, it was, yeah. So yeah, I watched that instead because I refused to watch Jeff Jarrett. And I think I made the right call.
Yeah, I think you probably did. It wasn't that bad, but
Jeff Jarrett though, innit?
it's Jeff Jarrett and it's Jay Lethal, and you know I like Jay Lethal and everything, but I don't need it. If these guys were in Ring of Honor, maybe they could help out someone over there. Just don't get it. I don't get the Jeff Jarrett thing. Any of these guys, Sanjay Dutt, I like Sanjay Dutt too, but he's not wrestling anymore, so what's the point? And Satnam Singh, maybe he's going to be something, but he's not doing anything now with these guys. He's not getting anything out of being associated with them, because he's not being used. So Jarrett was trying to use a guitar. FTR's very over, by the way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe was a special guest referee, and second match running, he gets taken out, and Aubrey Edwards has to run out and be the center of attention again. 2 matches in a row, you do the same thing. Special guest referee gets taken out, Aubrey Edwards runs in. Fortunately, this time Karen Jarrett hits her with a guitar to take her out. That was fun. She oversells it because, you know, Aubrey Edwards. FTR ends up winning, hits Jarrett with their Shatter Machine and wins. And it got fairly good heat at some point for a match that I don't know how anyone could really care about. I think they got the most out of it, so, you know, credit where it's due, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
We then had... Oh, actually, let's do some predictions. We all went for FTR, so cool. Points for everyone. We had a ladder match. Christian Cage challenging Wardlow for the TNT title. Christian with Luchasaurus, of course, and Wardlow had Arn Anderson with him. At one point, Arn Anderson just straight up eats Luchasaurus' finger.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know. It looked horrific.
Odd, yeah.
Like his finger was actually bleeding. It looked like a horror film kind of prop or makeup.
And he was covered in blood afterwards around his mouth. Yeah.
Just ate his finger. So that was that, and I don't know why. One of my notes is Wardlow does a Jeff Hardy impersonation. I can't remember what he did for me to have written that. Did he do a swanton? Yeah, Senton Atomico from the top of a ladder through a table to Luchasaurus. There you go. That's what
that's right.
He did from the big ladder. He did a Jeff Hardy swanton.
Yeah.
Which was strange for such a big dude, but there you go.
Powerbomb
Cage, climb the ladder. Wardlow retains. Of course he does. Wardlow, that's points for everyone again. I think we predicted quite similar across the board here, didn't we? Yeah. We then had the women's title. Again, another match. How could you possibly care about? The Outcasts attacked Jamie Hayter before the bell. That's just a thing that happened. They carried on anyway. Hate Raid hit Storm Zero. Oh yeah, right. So there was a weird counter, and Toni Storm gets the win. Jamie Hayter just runs herself into the turnbuckle. I would love to get a video clip of this one up because it was very awkward. It was one of those spots where she needed to go face first into the turnbuckle, but Toni Storm didn't push her in a convincing kind of way. So it just looked like Jamie just kind of ran into the turnbuckle because that's what she had to do.
No.
So that was an awkward finish, and I assume they changed the title here so that Jamie could win it back in London. Probably.
Yeah, possibly.
And Smoot gets a point. He was the only one of us to predict Tony to win there.
Did he?
Good on him. It's impressive stuff. House of Black. Is that really what was next? Yeah. Okay. Do you know what happened with this one? Because I'm pretty sure what we predicted was it was going to be House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. And then they changed it to just a House of Black defense, right?
Well, I just went off when I was putting the graphics together. I go through from Wiki, and it was on there, so I just put it on the graphics, and then I think Smooth tweeted before the show started it'd been a change.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the Acclaimed anymore, and then it was the Acclaimed anyway.
And it was just them anyway, yeah.
So I don't see what the point was in doing that, but...
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
Which match?
He's back.
Which match are you talking about?
Maybe you can explain better than we can. The Trios title.
Yes.
Well done for predicting Tony, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You did.
Haha.
The House of Black Trios title defense.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure last week we had House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass as the match. And then right before the match started, you tweeted that it was just an open challenge.
Yeah.
And then it was them anyway.
Funny how that worked. Yeah, I don't know. We went off the Dirk Sheet Wikipedia, and then it said House of Black versus Acclaimed. I mean, we had it on the show here, and I don't know. Maybe they just retconned something. Maybe they wanted to make it a surprise. I guess I'm not sure.
After already leaking it somehow. So
yeah.
I guess the question is, how did Wikipedia know that that's what it was going to be?
That's a good question.
How did they know about Ben? No, that's not. Let's not get into that. Those updates are from Stanford, if I remember right. Yeah, weird that they would. Somehow the word got out, and then they would announce that it's open, and then it was just them again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. Max Caster's rap was very good. He had some extra lines in there. That's nice. I think he did 6 lines instead of the usual 4. And he mentioned Dominic Mysterio. We mentioned that Buddy Matthews was gay.
He did.
Dominic. It's true.
Yeah.
I will say here, if I go back to this for a second, I will say it was pretty foolish that they didn't take the stipulation of the dealer's choice or whatever.
Didn't the Best Friends also do that?
Yeah, no spooky witches at ringside was their stipulation. So it was at least something. Yeah.
If they don't have ideas, then why do this?
Good question. Good question. Alrighty, so do you have to go pee now?
Yeah, have you got some filler to talk about?
Here, I can pull up Wikipedia and see what was next to talk about.
Let's talk about this trios. My notes for this match was it was a match, it was fine. So I don't know if you've got anything to add.
What, the House of Black match or the Hardys one? Or hold on.
I'll be quick.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Yeah, no, the House of Black match I thought was okay. I just, like I said, it felt foolish that they didn't take the stipulation for what it was, offered to them, and they lost essentially. So,
see, maybe I'm thinking too logically about this, and I know she's not good at wrestling, but anyway, surely if they can decide the stipulation, why don't they just say it's a we win match?
Exactly. Thank you.
Because that's what I'd do.
Yeah. House of Black has to lose type of stuff, things like that. Yeah. But maybe they haven't thought that forward, or a way to get around such calamity,
Yeah. Fergie.
What was next after this House of Black match? Oh, it was Jade Cargill and Taya Valkyrie for the TBS Championship, which we all predicted Jade. And, this would have been a little bit more intriguing if they didn't do the stupid Taya can't use her finisher, on the first encounter, on like whatever it was a while back. Because there was a couple of good false finishes that looked like Taya might have been an upset victory, perhaps to take the title off of her, but no, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Jade ended up retaining, and then returning Chris Statlander.
Oh man.
Yeah. Came back and took the title off of Jade immediately after defending it against Taya. So, welcome back, Joe.
Relieved now.
You good?
Was that? What? Yeah. Oh
relieved?
yeah. No,
No.
much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, phew. That's great. I need one of those bottles like a trucker so I could just carry on. I'll just throw it out the window. Jade.
See, I don't watch. Sorry, I don't watch regularly. Has Statlander been away for a while?
Yeah, she blew out her other, what was it, ACL or quad or something like that?
Yeah, she had to go back to her home planet for a while.
And now she resides in New York.
Oh, right.
Jade had a special entrance with someone, I don't know who it was, doing a song.
It was I don't know the name of it, but it was the college group AKA, I believe.
Okay. Well, they were fine, but Jade is not a dancer. Or if she is, she shouldn't be. She looks much more intimidating when she's not dancing.
Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, I believe.
Okay, yeah. Alpha Kappa,
Yeah.
Alpha, okay.
No more informed than I was earlier.
Also, Jade's kickouts are no good. She's trying to do that last second shoulder up, and yeah, she's not great. Otherwise, she's fine. Except I didn't like the finish. It was a finisher kick out, other finisher pin finish, and those never work. That's very John Cena.
Well, here it worked, I thought, for me.
Really? I always hate it. The finisher no sell straight into the other finisher. It makes both of them look kind of weird
True.
and bad.
Better than a roll-up, though.
Possibly. There's a right way and a wrong way to do a roll up, I
True.
guess.
True.
But yeah, just a roll up out of nowhere. And then yeah, as you say, they for some reason issued an open challenge right after the match. Seems like a bad idea to me. And Chris Statlander shows up. Last week, I think, go back and check. I had said that it felt like the right time for Jade to win, but the wrong challenger. Nailed it. It's like me and Tony Khan are on that same wavelength.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, he's out of nowhere. I was outside for a brief moment. Had to run the dog out as well. I do recall you saying that, something like that.
Yeah, I think Statlander was the right move. Although, you could have just booked that.
Just Jade has an open challenge at the pay-per-view.
Well, either that, or you just have Chris Statlander show up. You know, you have her say, "I've beaten everyone, including Taya Valkyrie. I'm now 59-0, whatever."
Well,
they
wanted to.
And then Statlander shows up and says,
Yeah.
"I'll challenge you at the pay-per-view."
They wanted her to get up
Whatever.
to 60 and 0, I guess, and then lose it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could have squeezed another win in there somewhere.
True.
But yeah, whatever. They did a thing. It just felt a bit kind of tainted or something. She had to defend it back-to-back title matches, and that's how she lost. So
It gives her
look a little bit.
Yeah, it gives her a reason to go for a rematch against Statlander. Although Tony Storm, somebody asked what would be next for Tony Storm, and maybe Jade Cargill or something like that. And Tony said something along the lines of, "Yeah, I could slap the tits off of her too." So that could be an interesting prospect, that Jade maybe goes on to the bigger belt, perhaps for the World Championship, rather than rematching for the TBS title. Either or, I'd much rather her go after the World Championship, personally. But it is what it is,
It sure is. I've only got one note here for the AEW title 4-way, and it's got nothing to do with the match. So, is there anything more predictable than when a couple says, "We have an announcement to make"?
Yeah, I didn't like this. Like, cool that you're having a baby, but we're not on TNT. Get on with the fucking show.
I just hate it. It's so obvious every time someone is pregnant on TV.
Yeah.
We have an announcement to make. You may as well just say we're having a baby. Don't say we have an announcement to make. It's only ever going to be one thing. You're not getting married again.
We're renewing our
vows. You're not going to
vows.
tell us about that. It's always a baby.
Yeah. We're getting a divorce.
I just hate baby announcements. They suck. But good on them, I guess. 4-way pillars. They didn't get the main event.
Yeah, and like MJF also kind of addressed that during the post-show press conference.
Did he?
I don't remember the specifics, but it was just basically like, it's a dated thing in the past to have the world title go on last, from what I remember.
Is it?
There is a little bit more to it. It's something
because it makes sense.
I could pull it up after the show here as well, but that was kind of the consensus. Like, it sounded like a really good point coming from him. I'll say that.
All right. I don't know what to say about this one. They wrestled each other for a while.
They all had cool entrances, except for Jack Perry, who was just happy to be there.
Pretty much.
This match was okay. The weeks leading into this was kind of lousy.
Yeah, they did all their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Totally competent. Nothing wrong with it.
We all picked MJF to win, as you can see here.
We did. That's points for everyone. Did we mention about the CBS? We had Jade. Yeah, we all predicted Jade.
Yeah.
I think we probably would, but I predicted Statlander too.
Probably, yeah.
No such luck. Anything to say about the 4-way? It seems like exactly what we thought it would be.
It was fine.
No, I can't really. It was a thing that happened.
It was a thing that happened. And MJF beats Darby Allin with the headlock takeover again. That's a thing. And then we go into the main event. Now this was a little less predictable. We were split on this one. Me and Will thought the Elite were winning. Sweet Beans both thought Combat Club would have it.
Big Blackpool Combat Club. Or, in this case, the Blackface Combat Club.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Because, oh boy.
Yeah. That was questionable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does he always wear that?
I have no idea. I mean, it was half mask, and then the bottom half was like him with blackface paint on.
Yeah,
so it's still black.
Maybe
it's still
that makes
blackface.
it okay because it's half
No,
it was
no,
mask.
it's still no. I don't know who in AEW didn't look at that and just be like, this might be problematic. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that one. Violent idols. Let's see if we can find anything about
That's a
these
good
guys.
question, yeah. Blackface,
He
I
wears
just saw
a
that.
mask. But no,
Does he?
well, it doesn't look like he always wears. No.
It's just so easily avoidable.
Could have just not done it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ah, well, it wasn't, it wasn't actual blackface. It was just,
A guy in blackface.
it's just a guy with a blackface. It's not good. But whatever, they did the thing. My bigger issue is that Wild Thing isn't a good enough song to have to listen to it for half an hour.
Yeah, and they did this last year. They didn't need to do it 2 years in a row. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit much.
AEW will probably get a lot of publicity, but for the wrong reasons. Yeah, no kidding.
Has it been a big deal? I haven't heard any.
I'm not sure much about it.
No, nothing too outlandish or anything like that.
Yeah, so they did a lot of Wild Thing. These guys have some stamina. But after way too long, the Young Bucks double super kick the guy, which I think might have been highlight of the night for me. That put an end to that. There was what do they do? Elite simultaneous super kicks. Combat Club. Northern Light suplexes. There's a Toby Con Hero. Suplex Moxie into the barbed wire. Omega into the barbed wire. Pile driver to Matt in the back of a pickup truck. There was Deadeye, Buckshot Lariat. There was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Including a exploding super kick.
Yeah. What was good? What? Why? What?
How?
It was shades of Moxley and WWE as Dean Ambrose with that exploding TV monitor. Which to this day, still unexplained why it blew up like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. When was that?
I remember that one.
2014. Don't remember that?
No. I'm probably willing to see it, but
Oh, man.
It was a weird one.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it here.
Take that. There was also a spot, I guess they took Matt Jackson's shoe off and threw it away. There's a recurring gag or something where whenever a Young Buck loses a shoe, they lose the tag titles. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
And it cost him the match.
Vaguely.
Why did it explode?
Huh?
He did that to himself.
How and why this happened, never explained.
Why didn't he unplug it first?
Then the sparks wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was reading about the super kick. Apparently, you had to get a license to be able to do that because he was using
It's pyrotechnics.
pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine with me. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe we'll see it again sometime.
is it
He's done a
have they
license
explained
for
what it was? You know, what exploded? Why it exploded?
No.
Okay then.
It's just exploding super kick. Yeah, so whenever a Young Buck takes a shoe off or loses a shoe, they always lose. It's usually that they lose tag titles when it happens, but you can see every time they've lost the tag titles in AEW, there's been a shoe spot. There was the one in the cage where he took the shoe off and then put another shoe on that had thumbtacks on it. There was one in a ladder match where someone grabbed the foot and the shoe came off. But there's a thing with the Young Bucks and their shoes coming off. So look out for that in future.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, quote, "I've seen a lot of shit."
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's true. He has. Seen a lot of things. He's seen a lot of shit too.
Didn't Didn't JR say something about he'd seen a lot of shit as well?
Yeah.
And then it came to a bit of a comparison of who'd seen the most shit.
They've both seen a lot.
Yeah.
It's only did the end of WCW. There's a lot there.
Man.
I did say there's the podcast we never knew we wanted. It's Tony Schiavone and JR discussing about the amount of shit they've saw.
Yeah.
Just going through the Wrestle Crap archives. That's the inside scoop. So yeah, there was a lot of action here, and not as much blood as I thought there would be. This would be a bloodbath, but not
No,
so much. A little bit, not crazy. And in the end, Keshna came down and hit Omega with a jumping knee. Wheeler Yuta hit pinned Omega. That's Wheeler Yuta of all people. Like probably the lowest guy in the main event guy in the other group. That's huge. Takeshita's now a heel. He's with Don Callis. I don't know how he plays in with a Combat Club, but that's a thing that happened. And I was very surprised that they had the Combat Club win. I figured they put this one on last because MJF retained, and they usually want a feel-good main event winner. Double heel wins. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So in the end, that's points for Smoot and Beans on the main event. Anything else about this one?
It was a bright spot that ended a much boring show, I feel. All in all. The crowd just didn't seem like it was into it. I heard some people say it was because it was mic'd poorly. If that's the case, they need to fire their audio guy already, because there's been several Dynamites where the audio levels are just completely not leveled, essentially. Like, the crowd's louder than the announcers and things like that.
There's been some backstage segments that don't have audio.
Alright,
as
yeah,
well.
that's true too.
Audio.
Yeah, it could also have just been Vegas didn't care for the show, but when, 2 matches in, you have Chris Jericho putting on a snoozer of an unsanctioned match, and Jeff Hardy, falling, going to slip and fall school to fucking fall off the top rope in a choreographed manner, if it even was. Can't really blame the lack of a crowd reaction,
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes both ways. Yeah.
And Jeff Jarrett was there.
Jeff Jarrett was there too, yes.
Which one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not their best. There was some stuff on there, but we also saw some shit.
Yeah.
So in the end of this one, we all did fairly well on the predictions. 1 point separating all of us. Will in last place on 7 out of 10. That's not bad for a last place finish. That's pretty good. And it's still only the first pay-per-view, so it's all good. I was in third on 8.
Yep, I'm going to apply the styles here. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, you're doing the thing? Okay.
See.
Boom! Will's on 7. Bing! I'm on 8. No, that's bad timing.
Okay. Well, that's alright.
There you go. I'm on 8. Bean's on 9 in second place, and Smoot with a perfect game. He could finish the whole season.
Don't jinx me. That's my job. That's my job.
Good start. It's the first pay-per-view in this new season on the AEW side. 1 win for Smoot. Or did I get? I got the other one, didn't I?
Yeah.
WWE.
Anything? There. I'm gonna close out of
Beans
this. Beans
won the last WWE, so we're spreading the wins out here.
Yeah.
Will's turn next.
Maybe.
Money in the Bank.
Maybe.
It's live from London.
Live from London. Due to how unstable the stream may be, I'm not going to do the best of worst of this week. But if you have one, real quick, feel free to share it.
Nothing again, to be honest with you. Probably
I haven't seen
way to not do it.
much.
Okay, that's fine. We can save it for
Well,
next
out
week,
of
then.
those pay-per-views, what was the best thing on that pay-per-view?
Probably not Roman not winning the tag titles. You know? Because they're really building him up to be like this unstoppable force of like who can take him down. And it looked like he was going to take the tag titles away, and then the Usos did their thing on Night of Champions, and you know, the rest is history and whatnot. I'm kind of glad that Jade's title reign is over, because I'm kind of interested to see where she goes from there. She could just wind up getting it back and having like a program with Statlander for a bit.
I don't think she's getting it back. They wrote into the story for a while that it was boring that she kept winning. That was actually the storyline for a month.
Oh man,
I don't think they're gonna.
She didn't care because she's the heel and whatnot. But
well, no, it's fine. She was happy with it being boring.
Yeah. The ladder match was pretty alright. They need to get more sturdy ladders though.
Mm-hmm.
These plastic aluminum pieces of shit need to go. Yeah, I don't care for Jericho. That was pretty awful. That probably would have been my thumbs down. Jericho just putting people to sleep. Dynamite was alright. I wouldn't have put the mixed tag main event because again, it's Jericho again. There was other stuff on the show that could have been better suited for the last match of the night, but Dynamite was okay. They didn't show the TV monitors on the announce table desk, so I wonder if that era is over now, because during that battle royale, I think for whatever reasons they had the TV monitors on the desk at ringside. For whatever reason, I guess it's just part of the set. And one of them, at one point, I think it was Bandito or Commander or somebody, ended up clocking the left side one. So they didn't get a full isolated shot of the desk, so this was all that we got. But we had a different cameo of Taz's Diet Soda over here.
Oh, it was a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. In case you wonder what he drinks, there you go. So... yeah, there was no TV shot there, so I'm not sure if one got like really dinged up and they're just kind of hiding it until they get like something to replace it, or maybe they're done with the shot with the screens. I guess because I keep pointing out for weeks now, for almost how long have I been doing this? Quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a thread there.
Since January, yeah, ever since they changed the look of the show here. So maybe they've caught wind. They can't really level out the TV screens there. Yeah, I don't know.
Thumbs up to Gunther still being champion and being great and not losing steam. So that would be very easy, especially for a guy like him whose gimmick is just he fights. Yeah. There's been guys like that before, and it never seems to hold up. So credit to him for being great, and the company for not dropping the ball on it. Thumbs downs for the undisputed title not being undisputed, but still being undisputed. That doesn't make any sense. Thumbs down for...
Talked about that on part one of the video before everything before everything got broken up. Yeah.
The whole... I don't know if it's the booking of that AEW pay-per-view, the storylines that they put together. There was just nothing very intriguing, you know. Any of those matches could have had the opposite finishes, and it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah.
You go into the Jericho beats Cole, I don't care. It's fine. Jade's still champion, it'll be fine. Either of the women, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter retains, that's fine. Nothing really mattered there. And not that long ago, they seem to have some good stuff going. It seemed like everyone... Okay, my big thumbs down, you know what, forget all of that. My thumbs down is that Keith Lee and Swerve still haven't had a singles match.
You just want that to be in your box now.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
Swerve and Keith Lee, no rematch yet.
What, no match, not even rematch. They haven't had.
Oh, just haven't had a match.
The turn was in what, February or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Was it December? It was so long ago.
They had that one backstage segment where
Then we had a tag match.
Yep.
But they never had the.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Crazy. Oh man.
Well, we've not mentioned wrestling's worst kept secret.
Oh.
Certain Mr. Punk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Returning,
that was officially announced.
I would say it's a thumbs up for me.
It didn't get a thumbs up reaction though, did it? At Dynamite.
People were chanting CM Punk.
There was a lot of boos as well.
Yeah, well, he's been painted as like a diva by the Alvarez's and Meltzers and things like that. So we'll see what happens. The Chicago show is going to be real interesting to see if he's actually cheered or booed. I feel.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of telling to see where they go from there as well. To see if they maybe turn him heel to kind of embrace some of that reaction, or keep him as a face. Face Samoa Joe.
What do we think about the idea of a Saturday show in general? Because there's a lot of people not sure.
It's our time slot. Hey, Tony Khan.
Exactly.
You're intruding our time slot here. I'm fine with it. We can talk about Collision before it goes on the air, if it's going to be like, the B show to Dynamite, if you will. Because to me, Dynamite's the A show. Collision would be B because it's 2 hours, and then Rampage would be C because it's just nothing interesting that happens on Rampage.
Wrestling shows historically have never done that well on Saturday, really.
This could be the first.
Well, I mean, good luck to them. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for it. I like it because I think, well, for us over here, it's a bit more watchable because it's obviously most people don't have work on a Sunday morning. So
yeah,
you could stay up and watch it, but yeah, I think it'll be good. Unless when they're going up against the WWE pay-per-views on Saturday night.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll see.
Like Money in the Bank, live from London.
Live from London. I feel bad making fun of him for saying it like that since he's had a stroke now and it's affected his speech. I just realized.
That was before. If he said it now, then sure, we probably wouldn't be making the same.
But this was like.
There's no excuse for it back then. That's just
that's just
terrible impersonation.
A shit impression.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things that when. Not so much yourself, Smooth, but when American people on TV say British things and get it drastically wrong, usually words like Glasgow. And it was this week on SmackDown, it was a small thing. Michael Cole was talking about Undertaker's tour.
Oh yeah. And
he said the tickets are on sale at agevents.co.uk.
Yeah.
.co.uk. That's how we say it, Michael. Come on.
That's a big thumbs down too. Why have we got .co.uk? Why can't it just be .uk? Everyone else has 2 letters. Why have we got .co.uk?
I think initially it was just .com and .co.uk, wasn't it? But now it's. I think you can have a .uk now.
You probably can, but that's not like the standard.
No.
Everything is .co.uk.
Oh, there we go.
Wasn't it? It was always because com was supposed to be when the internet first came about. It was supposed to be like companies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
and that's company. What co means.
That's co means, yeah.
Well, here's a response from Kiora.
Kiora. Well, that's
must be true then.
The decision was made when .uk was set up that it would make sense to further break it down. While .co.uk is the most common.
You said the thing.
I know. Sorry. There are various other options depending on who you are and what you're using for. Anybody can register a .co.uk, and some of the others are pretty much freely available too. The original idea is that the .co.uk would be for companies, and others would have fairly specific meanings, such as .org.uk. Oh, see, that's just even complicated.
Exactly.
There's .gov.uk as well, isn't there?
There's .gov.uk, there's .ac.uk for
There's-
universities.
There's
Academic, yeah.
.nhs.uk. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
That was written by Dr. Tom Pritchard's brother.
Hugh Pritchard
Huh.
lives in the United Kingdom. Yeah, that bugs me. You don't have .co.us.
Yeah. Didn't really answer the question either, actually. Come to
No,
think
he
of
just,
it. Just kind of gave a broad definition.
they just decided to.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I've hijacked the thumbs up, thumbs down segment and turned it into a bit of an anti-American rant. I
No,
apologise.
that's alright. No, that's fine. That's okay.
So I'm hearing that Punk and believe it or not, Ace Steel is going to be doing the creative for this this Collision show.
Yeah, I saw something real quick. Like a minor blurb here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh man, where was it here? Yeah, like pretty much saying that like Ace Steel was like underrated or something like that. Yeah, here we go. As per Fightful, Ace Steel being brought back to the company is one of the ways that the deal came together. Numerous sources said that Steel's skill set was underestimated by the many they've seen online. Steel was seen as a valuable member of the AEW team prior to Brawl Out as a creative mind and a coach. Originally, they were told they were heavy pitches for Jericho to work with CM Punk, but they haven't heard anything new on that for quite some time. Samoa Joe versus CM Punk was planned at one point. They have heard it was still in the works. However, as of late, word is CM Punk has taken a liking to the works of Switchblade Jay White, and that he could be an early opponent or program with CM Punk along with Bullet Club Gold. We're told that despite it largely assumed that CM Punk's return would be the May 31st announcement by Tony Khan, almost no one was outright told that prior. So there you go. Also,
we've not mentioned this, by the way, but I know we talk about graphic a lot on this show. We've not mentioned about the logo being Nitro.
Oh yeah, looking like Monday Nitro. Kind of.
Look, it's a complete rip-off. Even down to if you get the original logo, even down to where there's Monday, and it's in a little box with a yellow border.
Yeah, over here, Eric Bischoff calls a direct rip-off to. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
It is. Yeah.
It was a successful program. Like, why would you be upset by AEW following the footsteps of it?
Remember when they were first talking about AEW launching their own show, and a lot of people said it should be AEW Nitro.
Yeah. Yeah. I was one of those people. And then they came up with Dynamite, and I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a huge problem with it. I just think it's funny they copied it.
Yeah. It's fine. Anything else before we go?
No. Oh, there was we've got some. We mentioned Ty and Sammy being pregnant. So I just didn't like that idea.
I don't like the preamble that we have an announcement to make.
Well,
that's all you need to say.
Yeah.
We have an announcement. Oh, congratulations! Everyone's happy for you.
Yeah.
Well, this one happened a few weeks ago, so you might like this one, Adam. Carmella and Corey Graves have had an announcement. They're pregnant too. I think they actually today and it was revealed that they're having a boy.
Alexa Bliss and Ryan something or other.
I was going to say there's someone else. Yeah,
Alexa as well. There's something in the wrestling waters at the minute, isn't there?
And Madcap Moss proposed to Emma.
You're ruining my story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Emma and Merrick Moss, and also Omos as well. Omos was married as well.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I've seen someone, I think it was his old teacher or something, put a thing on Instagram and referred to him as his real name of Jordan Omogbekin. as they say. Probably said that wrong.
Okay.
So yeah, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Almost champions around the world.
Seen Omos's wife?
I have not.
I'm looking at a picture of her right now. That sounds a bit
Have you
weird.
seen a picture of her with him?
Is she like really tiny?
No.
The wedding picture.
That's the amazing thing. She's really not. She must be huge.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because I would think exactly that she would be dwarfed, but actually she's.
Huh.
See, not that crazy considering how big he is.
Ah.
Yeah, I suppose so. She compared to him.
Okay, fine. I'll just do it like this. Whatever. Fuck it. Yeah. No. That's a good point. She's kind of his height a little bit, just a little bit shorter. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Huh.
People are estimating she's 6'6". I don't know about that, but she's got to be pretty tall.
Yeah.
The wedding was attended by several WWE superstars, including Bobby Lashley, MVP, who's he? Ricochet, Samantha Irvin, Mike Rome, Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, and Reggie.
Reggie!
Nice.
Scripts.
I'm so proud of him. It's hard for a man of his size to learn what we do. It's not easy. It's easier for me guys like this size because I can do almost anything, right? But for him, a guy who's like 7'3", 7'4" with his shoes on, for him to be doing what he's doing right now, I'm absolutely 100% loving it and so proud of him because it's not easy for a man his size. That's AJ Styles talking about almost there. Well, that's nice. Well, congrats to them. Anything else before we go?
No, I think.
No.
All right. Sorry for this weird two-parter. Hopefully next week, or whenever the next pay-per-view is, this issue is a thing of the past. You know what? Here, real quick, let me reopen Photoshop, and we'll see if this is gonna watch it be fine now.
Uh-oh.
Watch it be fine now.
The next one's Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, which is
Live
what?
from London.
Live from London.
You have to say that.
Pretty much, I'm required to, yeah.
Remember when they went through that stage of having little taglines and all the pay-per-views?
Yeah.
I can't remember one. What
Great
was
Balls
the,
of Fire or whatever.
SummerSlam, you'll never see it coming, something like that.
Yeah, you'll never see it coming.
Twice in a
I
lifetime.
don't remember the others.
Alright, so here's if we can cut to it here. Hold on. So here's the prediction game. There it is again. So let's see. Regardless, we'll see you next week. I'm just gonna see if I can recreate this thing freezing again here. So let's just let's see. Okay, I right-clicked. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, Bianca. All right, cool. What if we change the color? Here, to just like yellow, like a neon yellow. We're fine with that still.
It's all looking good.
All looking good. Okay, so if we did that. Went down here. What if I did that? And then, oh, okay, cool.
Hey!
Funnily enough, it was the one where I was trying to fill in Asuka for you, Chucks. That's when it kept freezing for some reason. I don't know why. Hold on. What if we went down here? Just clear this off. See, now it's fine. I'm right-clicking everything. Okay.
There you go.
All right, whatever. I'm out of here.
Maybe the update you did fixed it.
Maybe. I hope it did. I genuinely hope that's a thing of the past because that was driving me nuts. And the fact that OBS was weird, with when I hit restart on the first attempt, we thought we were live, and then it did it again, and then yeah, what a cavalcade of issues. Let me tell you, I'm not. After Chuck's had his computer issues, it was a matter of time for me to suffer through whatever bullshit was heading my way, and there you go. I just knew it. So, alrighty, we'll be back. If we got stuff to talk about, we'll be back next week or whenever. Hopefully, we'll have Beans back on the show as per usual. We'll see you then. Maybe Will can put the link to the first episode in the comments or the description of this one, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Okay. And we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. Good night.